Okay, this is a video for Section N, the alternative drywall friendly electrical boxes and method of use. And this is a little prototype of the device that I built. And it's just a generic box that I 3D printed, but you know, it does have some knockouts in it. Now the little tab part here, I had to glue onto it. In practice, you wouldn't do this. This would actually interfere with somebody else's patent, I think, if you did that. But I guess you could manufacture because it would be permanently attached. But you know, the point is that I just really see this as being one form, you know, injection molded part with your part line, you know, for your flashing being, you know, right along here. So top half of the mold would come off, and the bottom half of the mold would come off this side. Might need to have a bit of a taper in it, which I don't have. But the point is, some minor modifications in the design should work just fine with this thing. And like I said, this part here is meant to, I just 3D printed this. In practice it'd be probably cardboard or something like that, but you can make it out of plastic if you wanted. But let me adjust the focus on this again. But it could probably be plastic if you wanted. But the fact of the matter is, you know, this would be the template, and normally you'd have double-sided tape underneath, so when you peeled the template off, the double-sided tape would be exposed. And then you could use the template, you know, to go cut your hole out, you know, of your drywall box. And like I mentioned in the patent, I believe, you know, it's possible to have like some little adhesive on the corners if you wanted to, but it's really unnecessary. The point is that somebody could just hold it on here and hold the template up and just with a pencil draw the line and just cut it out with their keyhole saw or whatnot. But at any rate, you know, after that, you know, like I said, of course, electrician would have this thing pre-wired and everything just hanging in the wall, you know, and again, on the side there would be a note, you know, from the electrician, you know, giving them approximate locations to mount it. And so it'd be like this, hanging inside the wall with a plug inside of it, and they just undo the plug, put it in there. Of course, power probably wouldn't be applied at that point. And then they rip this off, unless they happen to have a spare one lying around, and they, you know, use it to trace out where they want their hole in their drywall, and they cut that. But the point is, this box, you know, can tuck away, you know, behind the wall, and that's the whole idea with this thing, you know. And again, it had to be designed a little different. This is not the actual version I show in the patent, but it's still just a first prototype that I did. Type several of these, but you know, still the general idea is sound. But at any rate, you know, after the templates, you know, done and they've cut their drywall and everything, you know, then they basically just slap that box up after removing the label and just, you know, basically slap it onto the back of this drywall. So you know, so basically, you know, it has a very high strength adhesive, like hemp band or hem tape is a great example of a high strength adhesive that can be used. And you know, it'll hold onto this thing, you know, quite nicely. And of course, you know, once they put their plug in there, you know, the little metal ears will help hold it down. And again, that's why I suggested an alternative design that actually, you know, for this whole system here is one of the alternative embodiments, you know, where it actually has a little notch that goes up, you know, in there, so that more of these ears could actually grab onto the drywall that way. So it would act like an additional mechanical fastener in addition to the adhesive that's on the, you know, on the tabs here, you know, to grab onto the drywall. So, but, you know, basically in a nutshell, that's the system. And again, be sure to listen to the Watch Me Last, or watch the Watch Me Last video in this series. Again, where I get down to brass tacks on, you know, how this might be marketed, etc. Thank you for your time.